Hello, comrades! Welcome back to Workers and Resources. Soviet Republic. My name, of course, is Over the Potato. Right, so I've let the game sort of trundle along for a couple of days. But of course, during this intervening time, there's been this little sort of fire that has been taking place in the background at the Bolshoi Alamon heating plants. It's been going on for a good, I don't know, when did this come up? Came up on the 27th of September. It's now the 8th of October. What's that? A good 2 weeks now? So I'm really hoping that we can get this polished off, really quickly, because of course, it's not good, and of course, when we don't have a heating plant up and running, the good residents, the good people, the good comrades of Aluminov are gonna be a little bit chilly. Over the winter months, so we definitely want to get on top of that. I hope as quickly as possible. Right, what have we got to do today? Well, it's a great question, and we're going to chat about that in just a second. This is a brutally slow, brutally slow fire. Slow to put out, that is. I wonder, maybe it's possible for me to whap another vehicle in here? If I stick another vehicle in, if we can dispatch that vehicle, there we go, dispatch it to the heating plant, maybe we can get it extinguished slightly faster. That would be excellent. Right, of course, as ever, it's worth noting that the sword of debt Damocles hangs over us in a major way. Let's have a little look at let's have a little look at our financial situation. 9 million rubles owed. 9 million rubles owed. Only $462,000. We are actually making money almost each and every month. However, we got a lot of expenditure. We got a lot of expenditure at the moment coming in, especially on the dollar front, because we are buying a whole bunch of materials to go towards building my brand new, expensive hotels right next to the river, which are of course going to be premium, luxury, high quality, and just the very best that this republic has to offer, which admittedly is not very good. It's not very good. I imagine that the quality of our buildings, given that they regularly catch fire, not great. Not great. Lots of wood is involved in the construction. Look at this. Okay, well, at least the fire's almost out. It only took a team of 20 firefighters almost 3 weeks, but we freaking did it. Well done, everyone. Look at that. You can return to Aluminov as heroes. Right, so thank you very much to everyone who left a comment. There were some good comments actually about Steelski. There was one that I specifically liked, and we're gonna rename Steelski because I feel like Steelski and the ski Skya is becoming a little bit repetitive. So if you have like specific names for any area that would be a little bit fun, a little bit funky, do indeed suggest them in the comments. I like them a lot. Okay, I think we're gonna go for Stalnoy. There we go. Stalnoy is now Steelski is now Stalnoy. There we go. It's perfect. But this is actually okay because this sort of Soviet renaming happens pretty regularly anyway, right? I mean, St. Petersburg becoming Leningrad and then becoming St. Petersburg. Yeah, you know, I feel like this is part of the lore. This is part of the cultural background, right? Iron Excavia, I actually really like the name Iron Excavia, and to be honest, I really like how much is coming along here. This is looking really good. I'm probably gonna step up and start rush building a couple of things over the course of this episode. Also, why is this not working? Like, we should almost certainly be constructing some stuff over here with dumpers. No workers or mechanisms. Is it just workers that we need? Is it actually just workers that we need? I think it is actually just workers that we need. Okay, I mean, that's good because it means that Stalnoy's got a roadmap to success. Okay, we need to stick down some basic buildings in Stalnoy and make people feel like we actually care about them. LOL. Actually, Stalnoy is ridiculously close to Potatograd. I never actually considered how close how close the two places actually are. That might be worth getting a little bit of a railway set up, because then we could utilize the technical university as well. And speaking of technical university, let's get the electronic circuits tech researched as swiftly as we possibly can. That would be definitely good to do. I want to get this area kitted out. I want to get this area kitted out with vehicles. And to tell you what, for good measure, let's build a connecting roads. Build a connecting road all the way across here, so that we do have some sort of connection. And hopefully that's going to mean that the huge construction offices are going to be able to reach across and maybe assist if indeed it is required. There we go. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. I think I've actually plumbed in... I've plumbed in the Aluminov open storage here, but I wonder if it's straight up better for me to do... this. I'm gonna have to do it manually, am I? Okay, well, we'll redo this, because it is actually kind of important to make sure that it's easier for us to access materials. Yeah, kind of happy with that. Okay, good. Anyway, we need to get stuff set up in Stalnoy. Very, very, very fair. We'll get a rail setup as well. We'll at least zone the rail setup. Maybe even we want to consider building our own rail setup over here. That might be something that's worth considering. We also probably just want to start building rails in general, much, much, much more than we currently are. I mean, we currently have one rail machine. What's it called? The AGMU. We got one AGMU. And to be honest, we could do with getting more of these things. They are ludicrously slow, and I would like time to advance just a little bit more so that we don't have to deal with some of these shenanigans. Also, we don't need to import these resources anymore. We do not need to import these resources at all. Now, what's the best way to go about doing that? We can move this around a little bit. We can move this around. Hold up. This is linked to small distribution office. Load. There. Unload. Beautiful. Okay, that's actually kind of perfect as well. So that means that we can utilize... the small distribution office, as well as using it to move resources from this open storage to this open storage. We can also use it to move resources to the rail construction office as well, which I think is going to be pretty darn good. That means that we can turn off the auto purchasing of prefab panels, bricks, and boards. Confirm that, even though delivery is like basically negligible, given that we're already on the border, functionally right next door. It's still going to save a couple of extra pennies, and you know, if we're working on it, we might as well get our money's worth. We do not have any oil or fuel stored in the oil/fuel storage area, which is a bit concerning, because I did invest relatively heavily in crude ski, and we seemingly have not been getting anything back. There's been a mass extinction level event, because apparently the heating plant once again has just completely borked up, and I really do not understand why, because we had a team full. We had a team full of people that were ready and prepared literally just to work at the heating plant. Well, 33% were prepared to work at the heating plant, and that just didn't materialize. What the heck? What the heck, video game? That's deeply, deeply, deeply frustrating. Okay, I think that we're gonna need to work a little bit on Krudenovsky as well, because for some obscene reason this just doesn't want to seem to work. Temperature in the building is too low. Look, I really do appreciate that. However, if you could just, you know, work at the heating plant, then magically the temperature will actually improve, believe it or not. Interestingly, it looks like the small refineries don't have like a minimum temperature thing. Of course, the 21-story prefab flats absolutely do. If I have a little look at population stats, also, we're starting to see a couple of adults that are 21 and above not being able to move out. Bit concerning there. Last month, how many deaths did we have last month? 170? We've had 3,000 deaths this year. That's quite a lot, but it's not actually as many as I would expect. We had 4,000 last year. Okay, so actually this year we've done much better. Very, 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 very strange. Very, very, very strange indeed. I thought that this area is definitely within reach of the kindergarten. The kindergarten is definitely within reach of the heating plants. This whole thing is just very, very strange indeed. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a bulldozer to a little bit of this town. Take a bulldozer here, get this bulldozed, get this bulldozed. I'm assuming that there are no people living in here. That's maybe a little bit of an assumption, but, I mean, these are the assumptions that I can make when this town isn't working properly, and therefore I'm grumpy at it, and therefore I want to transform it and change it into a good-looking town, and a good working town as well. Very, very important. I care more about the fact that it works as opposed to its looks. I should make that abundantly clear. Alright, there is a perfect spot here. 21-story prefab flats. Let's freaking go. Okay, let's build that. We'll build the path. This is going to cost like 20,000 or so, 30,000 or so. Happy to do that. I mean, this is the middle of the map, so everything is just, you know, very, very expensive in comparison to what it should be. Of course, we're only 9 million rubles in debt. We can probably afford to go a couple million in debt more. But the good news is, right? The good news is that if we're able to actually bump up our power production, then let's actually just fill this up as much as we can. Of course, bad news, we're out of rubles. Let's go and take out another 2 million ruble loan. How much is that going to be at? 5.5 million. It's going to be our most expensive loan thus far. Let's say 2 years. 2 years at 3.6. I can just about stomach that. Yeah, that's fine. Everything just became overdue, but that's fine. Don't even worry about it. Okay. Let's continue to invite people to stay here. There's no school within range. Really? I find that very, very difficult to believe. And yet, it's actually true. By mere meters, we cannot reach the school. That's frustrating, actually. I mean, it's 312 meters to the nearest. Okay, hold on. Ditch this building. There's a way around this. Yeah, so it's 312 meters to the nearest building. Or to the furthest away building, I should say, over here. And yet we just can't do it. Now, if I was to connect up a footpath round the back. Round the back here. Then I suspect that we might just be able to make this work. Okay. Let's see if we can get a beautiful, wonderful, excellent. Okay. Do it. And that should fix things, right? Workers without a job. Workers are able to access the school now. It's 296 meters away. I appreciate. That's a little far. It's a little far, but at the end of the day, it should be completely fine. I think that we just need to reach the critical mass, the sort of maximum number of people that can possibly work in Krudenovsky. And then if we hit that mass, then we'll basically solve all of our problems. We basically now have enough people to work in the heating plant. We have enough people to work in the gyms. We have enough people to work in the food stores. We have enough people to work, hopefully, pretty much everywhere. Hopefully, pretty much freaking everywhere. 4 citizens without a job. Let's actually just fill this. Let's fill this back up to the max. There we go. That's good. 13 workers without a job. Don't even worry about it. Don't even freaking worry about it. Can't increase the number of workers there. Fine. Okay, so that should mean that the small refineries should be mostly maxing out. Mostly maxing out the amount of fuel that they have. Let's get you to go back over there. How much bitumen do we have? We got a lot of bitumen. We got a lot of bitumen. Do we have any vehicles that are currently doing this route? We actually do. We should probably get a couple of other... We should probably get a couple of other trucks. A couple of other bitumen trucks. I tell you what. Here's the play. Here's the play. After you unload 100% of anything, don't wait until unloaded, okay? After that, we're going to get you to go to the border over here, and then you're going to sell the rest of the bitumen, wait until unloaded, and then you're going to go back, right? So that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do, and in order to supplement that, we're actually going to get two additional bitumen trucks, which means that we're going to be prioritizing bitumen deliveries to the asphalt plant supply tank, which is good, and then we will deliver it to the border, and that should maybe get us a couple of extra rubles. Bitumen's actually quite a valuable substance, so kind of nice, kind of heading in the right direction with that one, I feel. Let's get, what did I say, two additional oil tankers, 70,000 rubles between them. That is an expensive amount of money. I'm going to dispatch both of these. However, I'm going to tell them in their first instance... it's perfect. They're already set to go to Krudenovsky oil fuel storage and load 100% in there, which is excellent. Presumably, though, going to go and fill up a little bit of gas in the first instance, which is completely categorically fine with me. Happy with that. Just want to make sure that we don't overload. We don't overload on the bitumen front. That would be a pretty big disaster if indeed that happened. The next thing that we probably want to think about over here is building a proper oil refinery. I mean, this small oil refineries, and all three of them, all good and well. However, we could probably do with a big one. Given the sheer amount of raw crude that we have coming in here. So that's definitely something that we want to consider. Short term, maybe not. Long term, definitely want to consider that in the long term there. So pretty reasonably happy with that. We also still want to tie in Litopa and Jawol into this whole crude oil refining process somehow. I have no idea how we're going to do that, but we're going to do that nonetheless. Mark my words, it'll happen eventually. Right, in Disneylandovsk, things are looking good, actually. Things are looking real good here. We do still have a little bit of a food shortage. I'm not super happy with that. What are the tourists actually saying? Tourists are unable to get electronics, meat, food, hospital, culture. I mean, what are you talking about? There's plenty of culture. There's plenty of culture around here. There's plenty of culture around. But access to a clinic is restricted at the moment, which is a bit of a problem. Are you able to get to... You're able to get to the clinic? Yep, meat. Okay, here's what we do. A couple of things that we need to do. First and foremost, we need to get a connection over here, because this hotel and also this hotel need to be just linked way more to like the rest of the town, including access to the doctors. It's kind of pretty important. We could also do with linking this up over here if we can. Oh, is that not allowed? Is that not allowed? The Republic Theater. The Republic Theater is too large, as it turns out. Wow, the footprint of the Republic Theater is extensive. However, the footprint of the zoo maybe is good for us. Oh, that's really good. Okay, that's excellent then. Let's connect that up. Wonderful, and that should, I think, allow access to a little bit more stuff in town. It doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't. Strange. Strange indeed. Let's have a little try. I know I don't really want to make this area, you know, a complete hodgepodge of paths, but I mean, if that's what's needed, then that's what's needed. We'll do what must be done. We will do what must be done. Electronics, church, place of spirituality, and sport. Okay, well, I mean, in order to rectify the fact that my tourists cannot receive basic food, we can stick down a small shopping center right over here. Don't think that is out of the question. In fact, I actually think that it's going to be pretty darned easy to do in the context of everything in this game. We'll build it. We will build it ourselves with our hard borrowed rubles. That's right. And then we'll connect this up here. Connect this up there. Connect this up there. And that should probably be fine. Okay, wonderful. Wonderful, 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 wonderful. And that hopefully should allow us to automatically get a bunch of things. We will borrow... No, we will not borrow, but we will use rubles to auto-purchase resources. And that should... Yeah, that should be fine. Okay, so that gives us the opportunity now to serve tourists, which is excellent. Tourists are able to get some resources. I presume that tourists buy their products in the small shopping center. I presume that that's how it works. I really just don't know how tourists interact with sort of like the regular people's buildings? Yeah, I don't know about that. Anyway, let's also get the other thing that was complained about, and that is the lack of a sports facility. So we will do this. I mean, it costs hardly anything, to be honest. So we might as well just freaking go. It's almost winter time, which is always a little bit worrying, but we'll probably be fine, right? We'll probably be just fine. I'm not particularly worried about this winter. This winter, I think, is gonna be our best winter yet. This area needs a little bit of a rework for sure. We do need to fix the bus stop, especially over here. But for now, that's fine. Holy cow! The Leningradskaya hotels are coming along very, very well. Would you look at that? What are we waiting for? We're waiting for bricks. We're waiting for bricks. There's no bricks here. There's no bricks here. Right. Maybe let's say that bricks can be picked up from this open storage right over here instead. I know that it's a little bit of a change from the norm, but I suspect that it might just help things go a little bit more smoothly. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, look, at the end of the day... Ooh, look at what's going on here. Price of oil in the global market is going down. Okay, I mean, look, if I was more set up, and if I was set up more specifically to use this republic to sort of add value to processes, which, you know, might be an option in the future. But if I was set up to import a large amount of oil, then that would be great right now. Unfortunately, I'm not set up to do just that. So, you know, we're gonna have to just watch as the price of oil on the market does indeed go down. Also, we don't have power over here, do we? No, we don't. And that's, I mean, deeply frustrating, actually. Deeply, deeply frustrating. Yeah, let's rectify that pretty much immediately so that we can load bricks faster here, because this is unbelievably slow. This is like, you know, the stuff that just needs to get done as a absolute priority. There we go, and connect this up over here. Sure. I guess it doesn't necessarily need to go over there, but it will. Cool. Excellent, excellent, excellent. We can let that bit of road be built, I suppose. But for 1,200 rubles, we might as well just build it ourselves. Might as well. Okay, cool. Now we should be loading bricks a lot more swiftly now, which means that brick deliveries to the Leningradskaya hotel should be going a lot quicker. I mean, we got a lot of bricks, we got a lot of workers on the site, especially. So we need to sort of try and capitalize on the fact that we are wasting a lot of people's time, by not having bricks continuously available to all of the workers that actually want to build the hotel. All 3 hotels, in fact. But there you go. And speaking of the other hotels, I should really suspend construction here. I really should. Let's suspend construction of the 2 hotels that have not yet developed past the point of the first stage, and we'll leave the most progressed hotel on. I mean, it's going to take 411,000 rubles to finish this up. So, I mean, admittedly, we could do it. Will we do it? No, because that's a crazy amount of money. That's a crazy, crazy, crazy amount of money. But with all of those changes, I actually think that things will work just a lot more smoothly. I mean, we are still getting regular deliveries of tourists, which is really, really nice. How many tourists are coming in on the big planes? 4 tourists are coming in on the big planes. Not exactly over the moon about the terrible number of tourists coming in, but at the end of the day, if that is what it is, then that's fine. Do we have much meat in the meat storage over here? We have no meat in the meat storage over here. Why is that the case? Why is that the case? Why is Potatograd suddenly not sending any meats? What's happening? What's happening? We got a little food. We're still waiting for... Got a little food, got a little meats. Yeah, we just need more. It's just not happening, apparently. Weird one. Is it just a severe lack of workers? It looks like a severe lack of workers. Yeah, I think I talked about this a little bit in the last episode. It's almost certainly to do with the fact that we just have got literally almost the entire population of Potatograd working towards education. I mean, look at the speed. Look at the speed at which we're researching electronic circuits. I think after electronic circuits, by the way, we're donezo with the old research, which is kind of phenomenal. For that reason, I'm going to import a whole bunch of additional peeps. Let's sort of scale back the number of people that we have working at the university. Maybe not that much, but let's at least make sure that it's scaled back to some degree. Pretty much everyone who wants an education is getting one, which is excellent. There we go. Okay, we're getting the numbers. We're getting the numbers back up here, and that should theoretically mean that we're going to be able to make food slightly more quickly. We should be able to slaughter cattle slightly more quickly. We should be able to... What's the last one? Ah, there we go. Yes. Brew some nice cold ones for the boys much more swiftly as well. So that's looking good. The field's also looking pretty exceptional. I think that the decisions that we made with regards to buying more tractors, buying more harvesters, that should really start to make an impact next year. I hope that that's the case anyway. If it's not, it's going to look very, very, very embarrassing. But that's fine. I think that we still do have enough grain storage here. I think that we still got enough grain storage, but there's always the ability to add more if we need to. These trucks are just the worst. Forklifts are just such a pain in the backside to work with, but I mean, they're also really, really great, and I hope that we're going to be able to use them a little bit more. But, you know, most importantly, I hope that we're going to be able to move a little bit more food up to Disneylandovsk, because that's really why I want Potatograd to be doing well, so that we can give all tourists a wonderful taste of our culture, literally. A literal wonderful taste of our culture. That's what we're after. 500 tons of bricks is what we need. Flippin' heck, that's a lot of bricks. Flip-in heck, that's a lot of bricks. But that's okay. We're getting there. How are we doing financially? Not bad. Not bad at all. Where's all of our rubles going? Import. Immigrant invitations. That's where they're all going. Yeah. Okay, I mean, it kind of makes sense, to be honest, when you put it in that context, but there we freaking go. There we freaking go. Oh, there is something. Yes. The bridge is actually going very, very well. Now, if you're a connoisseur of Workers and Resources Soviet Republic content, you may indeed remember back to the last series of Workers and Resources Soviet Republic that I did, where we had a tunnel that was under construction for forever, actually. The vast majority of the series, there was actually both a rail bridge and a rail tunnel that were under construction. But we managed to eventually get there, and likewise, I think we are going to get there on this railroad too. Surprisingly, looks like we're almost done. Steel is going to be the big expense next time, but we can just about manage on that front. We are moving a really large number of people, really large number of people by train over to Disneylandovsk. I'm really happy with how Disneylandovsk has turned out, actually. Yeah, I'm really happy. Really happy. And as soon as we get this hotel up and running, which now will only cost 365,000 rubles to autocomplete, take note. Now that we've got this under construction, we're gonna hopefully start running regular passenger boat services to the border. That's a good point, actually. I wonder if it's even possible for us to do that. I've never done it before. I wonder if maybe we could bring people in on small little rowboats for the authentic experience. Let me just have a little look right here. So we got the small boat yard. So we could buy a motorboat for 5 passengers, or we could buy the Meteor. The Meteor 342 passenger ship, yeah, or the Raketa, in fact, or the Moskvich motor ship. I kind of feel like let's see if we can buy some motorboats. And then let's see if we can try and go new stop beyond, I guess, Soviet borders? Oh, it's wintertime already. Goodness gracious me. And then over here. Right. Now, which way is this gonna go? It's gonna go in the wrong direction. Kinda don't want it to go in that direction over there. Is it gonna be able to fit underneath this bridge, though? I suspect that it probably will, given that it's a... Okay, it just goes right through. Excellent. Is there any way that I can suggest, perhaps... No, you go to the other border? Apparently not. Alright, well, you know what? That's fine. We're gonna take tourists... We're gonna take tourists on a exceedingly long journey to Disneylandovsk. Also, how do I even replicate this? The boats have such a small profile. Okay. There. There. By the time that these boats actually do get to deliver their first load of tourists, let's be real, the hotel will probably be finished. So we're gonna preemptively cast some motorboats into the abyss, and they're gonna have to travel all the way down past Potatograd here. I don't know which way they're gonna go, whether it's the, I don't know, direct route or the offshoot routes. I guess we'll see. And then they're gonna have to travel all the way back up to the other side of the map with presumably absolutely freezing tourists before arriving at the brand new hotel, which has yet to be constructed, but will hopefully be constructed by the time that they actually arrive. There you go. This month we're already losing a little bit of... We're already losing a couple of people. It's not necessarily the end of the world, but it is something to consider. We also do need to consider, very, very briefly, the fact that we just don't have enough living space for people in Turistovsky, which means that I think that we're going to need to conduct some additional demolitions and some additional constructions. Sport, hospital, sport. Okay, we should build a brand new sporting area, but we should also build a brand new residential. This one. Yep, that's the ticket. Build a brand new one of those. And also build a sports playground. Yep, absolutely great. We'll do that. We'll do that here. Cool. Alright, I'm not gonna hopefully deal too much with this, as long as we're able to connect up a road, which, yep, we should be able to do. No issues there. As long as we're able to connect up a road here, then we're just gonna let this sort of auto build, I think. Is this... No? Okay. Apparently that's not working. Can I take a branch off here? Ooh, very fortunately I can. I've spoken too soon. I've spoken too soon. There we go. Okay, wonderful. So these pads are going to be built, and also this 21-story prefab flat. There we go. It's been assigned a construction office, and we should hopefully be underway on that front. I did say this winter I wanted to have a lot more... I did say I wanted to have a lot more snowplows. I did say that I wanted to have a lot more snowplows this winter. And yet, here we are. Yeah, the other cool thing that I was going to show, you know, like 20 minutes ago when I looked at the bridge, I was going to show off this road tunnel, this unfinished road tunnel. We're still working on it. We got 12,350 worker days before completion. It's going to take a little while. We've got everything on site though, and looks like we are making good progress on that. I think that we're going to crank up the number of workers that can work here. I think that's probably a good play. Yeah, that's pretty good, because we probably have an excess number of people waiting at this bus platform here. So I'm going to assign a new construction to... There we go. Where's it already? It was already on the list there. It was already on the list. Okay, we could just do with getting some more workers is all I'm saying, video game. That's what we could really do with. That's what we could really do with. The other thing that we need to hope over winter, really hoping that we don't lose power, and yet that is a distinct possibility, given that we just have look at this. We just don't have any snowplows over here. This is abysmal. We need to get this road upgraded. We need to get this road upgraded like real quickly. I think that I might actually make the executive decision to build a slightly A slightly expanded technical services division. There we go. Okay, slightly expanded technical services division. How much is this going to cost to construct? 41,000 rubles. Not to mention the fact that I'm going to have to buy about 1 billion snowplows in order to make this area work. This is the only area that I really care about this winter, anyway. About completely fixing snowplow-wise. Right, cheap snowplows. Cheap snowplows. There we go. Get to work. Get to work. There we go. Office working range, what is that? 1,000 meters? I actually think that that's totally, entirely reasonable. Yeah, I think that's real good, actually. I think 1,000 meters is just about all that is required. Perfect. And that should hopefully allow just a lot more speed in personnel transportation all the way over to the Kolovsky bus stop number 3. So that's good. That's really, really good. You can already see, by the way, our dollars are starting to take a little bit of a hit now that we're starting to import steel for whatever reason. Okay, what do we got here? Passenger harbor. Oh no, the passenger harbor where their motorboats are going to go has caught on fire. You couldn't make it up. You couldn't make it up. Well, we should have some brave firefighters that are en route. They're actually very, very close. Firefighters are over here. However, it is snowy, and so therefore it may take slightly longer than normal. Wouldn't the snow help put out the fire, though, on the passenger harbor? Or am I misinterpreting how fire and snow operate together? Probably, actually, now that I think about it. I probably am misinterpreting how that actually works. Yeah, let's watch the firefighters as they arrive here. What do we need? 234 tons of bricks? Oh, boy. Oh, boy. We need so many bricks. We need so many bricks. We're getting there, though. We're getting there. That's important. Okay, we have no firefighters. We have absolutely no firefighters. Where are our firefighters? Ah, I see, I see. The fire station has actually been inactive for the longest time. There we go. 3% of people can officially work at the fire station, and that should hopefully keep the candle burning. Keep the candle burning in the fire station, but we're probably going to have to wait until we get the next train, which is just coming along here now, which is great. Also, did we ever fix our fuel problems? Did we ever fix our fuel problems? There we go. Anyone? Yep, there we go. We got a couple of people that are going to go and work at the fire station. Excellent. 13 fine firefighters who have apparently made the fire just burn all the more brightly. What the flippin' heck? What the heck happened? Who authorized this? Am I being tested by the Central Committee? Okay, looks like maybe the fire is now starting to go back down after initially shooting right up. Don't understand how that happens. Really don't understand how that happens. We've now got 20 firefighters, and things do seem to be settling down just a smidgen. Okay. That's real good. That's real good. That's real good. All right, we fixed it. We fixed it. Nothing to see here. Please move along, comrades. Nothing to see here. Speaking of, actually, when are our motorboats going to be arriving? I want to see how far they've gotten. I really do. I'm still looking. I'm still looking. I mean, they are difficult to spot, but I would have expected to see one of them by now. Oh, they're lost. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Can I click on them? Well, they're so small. Okay, I actually don't know if they're reachable. Hold on. Hold on. We can do this here. Ships. 2,000 meters from camera. 3,000 meters. Passenger ship. Can I click on you? I mean, there's another way to do it, isn't there? Hold on. We do it through list of lines, list of ships, 4 passengers. Here we go. Okay. Where's the closest point? Okay. Wait, what? Was it because it was on fire? We have 1 tourist on board, by the way. Wait. So you want to go to the other side of the... Wait, what? You want to go to the other side of the... You want to go to the other side of the bridge, though? Like, it says that the closest point is here. Wait, all of this area is unreachable, apparently. Wait, hold on. Why is that? It's not because of... This area is all reachable, but then this area is not reachable? What's going on here? Are they out of fuel? Is that the problem? What the heck is going on here? Okay, maybe the boats can like re-enter from the from another side? Maybe that's what's going on? What the heck is actually happening? I guess maybe if the boat travels beyond the borders, it can actually just re-enter at the other side of the map. Is that what's happening here? I mean, if so, I feel like it's incumbent on me to just like try to fix this bridge and make it workable. It's not going to be pretty, but I should at least give it a shot, right? Okay, 16,000 rubles. Oh my goodness, it's difficult to see what the heck is happening here. Okay, 88,000 rubles. So if I auto-build all of this... In fact, do I even need to auto-build all of this? Do I really care? Do I really care if my boats take, like, 15,000 years to reach the passenger harbor? I mean, from one perspective, I kind of do. But from another perspective, I also kind of don't. Like, I'm perfectly prepared to wait. Actually, let me just have a little look at deaths this month, 23rd of December. They're pretty high, actually. They're pretty high. Yeah, it's quite a lot. It's quite a lot of deaths, now that I look at it. Man, it's just so difficult to see with all the freaking contrast that's going on. We're waiting for a few more bits of brick. A few more bits of brick on this front. And then we're pretty much sorted. Are we actually going to get this Leningradsky hotel done in this episode? If we don't get it done in this episode, I feel like there is a pretty good chance that we'll get it done very, very early on in the next one. Which is pretty darned exciting, if you ask me. Very, very exciting, in fact. Alright, well, that's good. Still no fuel deliveries to speak of. I'm disturbed. I'm disturbed at this. I'm disturbed at Krudenovsky just in general, to be honest. It's a very disturbing place. 64 workers without a job. But yet there is fuel. There is fuel. Are we importing? Are we importing fuel properly here? Or importing coal properly? It looks like we're actually importing... It looks like we're importing coal. Can we import properly from the storage, please? Not convinced that we're actually going to be able to, for some obscene reason. But let's just watch this to make sure that that is absolutely possible. Also, we are maxed out in terms of production, which makes me think that maybe we're going to need to get another heating plant over here. Man, winter is such a cruel, brutal month, isn't it? It really is. Oh. Okay, looks like we've started utilizing locally produced coal, which is excellent. That helps keeps our costs down a little bit. We got plenty of coal. Plenty of coal. In fact, that's one of the only things that we have in absolute abundance. Power is now a problem, which means that there are going to be lots and lots of deaths. Why on earth is this happening? Okay, power's back up and running. Production percentage is looking completely fine. All right, we're out of rubles yet again. We're out of rubles yet again. You know what happens when we're out of rubles? People start dying. People start dying because they can't get access to food. That's the problem. Yeah, no, I was checking. In Krudenovsky, I was checking what was happening with regards to fuel movement. I mean, it seems like things are going well, but also seems like things are taking just a ridiculously long time. There we go. Yeah, fine. Yeah, this is going okay. This is going okay. I think that we're pretty happy with how the bitumen route is working. There we go. We got another bitumen tanker arriving just now, which is excellent. Okay. Right. I think what we want to do, I think what we really want to do is... Unable to visit a church. Really? Oh, this is just... This building is just out with range of the church there. That's a bit of a irritant, but it's not the end of the world. Yeah, I think that we probably do want to see if we can build probably like right in here. Let's demolish this old house. Probably right in here we want to see if we can build a big oil processing area. I'm not really necessarily committing to auto build it right now. But, I mean, I have come by a lot of money recently. And by come by a lot of money recently, I mean I've recently just taken out a hulking great loan, which is wonderful. Also, we need to seriously think about where we're going to stick our chemicals, our chemical production, that is, because that's going to require a lot of thought, a lot of placement, because we need a lot of chemicals to do, like, advanced processes now. I think aluminum processing also requires chemicals, so, you know, there's definitely some sort of like chemical element to aluminum processing, for sure. Oil, bitumen, oil refinery. Okay, nowhere near the space to stick in one of these things. However, that being said, I should not get disheartened by the fact that I can't fit one in here, because it is entirely possible. It is entirely possible for us to... Yeah, do something like this, I think. Yeah, I mean, it's going to require... How much is this going to cost to build? 300,000 rubles? I actually almost feel like this is a worthwhile thing to do right now. I actually do. Okay, here's what we're going to do. This is terrible. I mean, terrible for the population, but, I mean, absolutely essential to my bottom line. So, therefore, it's you know, on the whole, net essential. Okay, I can only delete all of that. Fine, we'll do it. Right, let's get a big oil refinery down. I think that this should be entirely possible, by the way. It looks entirely possible. In this orientation, though, or does it need to be in a different orientation? I think it probably wants to be in this orientation, I imagine. Yeah, this is actually entirely doable. This is actually entirely doable. There we go. That's just the ticket. I think that's good. I actually think that's good. So I've got that on auto build at the moment, but we're going to cancel the contract just briefly. The reason being is that I want to run a couple of tests. First of all, to make sure that we're able to connect this up here. Let's run this through. Run this through right about here. Keep it coming down this way, and then fold this in, perhaps. Building is in the way, and a sharp turn. Okay, video game. Disagree, but whatever. There we go. Okay, so that works. That's nice. Ditch that. Ditch that. That's a corner for you. That's a corner, but it is connected. It is connected. Right, now let's see if we can sort of demolish this. And then maybe build... Oh, we did build a little path, but that's fine. Maybe build the entire oil refinery a little bit closer to the population. The reason being, we do want it in this orientation. The reason being is that it would be pretty good. Where's the conflict? Ah, yes, there. Right at the very back left corner. The reason being is that we want to make sure that this kind of works perfectly, in fact. Okay. Let's get a road connection. Gosh darn it. Let's get a road connection. Cancel that. Boom, boom. Excellent. And then we're going to see if we can stick in a brand new pipe pumping station, because we're almost certainly going to need it. So, two things that we need. Pipe pumping station, a splitter pipe pumping station. Just there, in fact. Wonderful. Very, very happy with that. That's on auto auto purchase with rubles. Let's do that, and then that, nice. And then this needs to come around this side of this building. Doesn't need to be too complicated, but it does need to go right in there. Excellent. This is going to cost me an obscenely large amount of money, but it will totally be worth it. This needs to be redone slightly as well. There we go. And then we will take a gathering pipe pumping station, which is irritatingly in the wrong orientation, but maybe we could flip it around. Sure. Let's do that. 13,000 rubles to build that. That'll be fine. That's grand. And then we just connect this up. Too sharp of a turn? I disagree. I disagree, video game. I think you can do it. Take it back by 2 more notches. Building is in the way. We're close. There we go. We've done it. Okay. Let's get all of this built. Let's see what the damage is. And then we're going to see what the walk distance is. Irritatingly, of course, it's not within range of any... Not within range of any of the biggest buildings that we have. Which is probably the biggest problem that we have. Probably the biggest problem that we have. So, by that logic, I think I probably want to get... like, the best type of roads over here. And if I do the best type of roads over here, then I'm hoping, beyond hope, that that's just going to be enough to allow everyone to walk to work at the big oil refinery. Will it be enough? I don't know. But we have to hope. We have to hope. Otherwise, we're going to have to import huge numbers of additional people to different houses that will allow us to... There we go. Okay. Let's see what the total cost is as the video game struggles to calculate exactly what the heck is going to happen. Okay. Sending oil. Wonderful. It was actually not too bad. That was actually not too bad at all. Yeah, that was completely fine. Okay. What's the walk range now? The walk range now covers 2 of the 3 large houses that we have here. Pretty good. Pretty darn good. Pretty darn good. Building is without a power supply. Is this thing over capacity? This thing is over capacity. This thing is over capacity, and that's what the problem is. That's where our problem lies. Honestly, we could probably just upgrade. We could probably just upgrade this cable if we make this a bigger and better cable, which I think we can just do by upgrading now, right? Can we upgrade the... We can upgrade the power cable. Okay. My bad. My bad, my bad, my bad. Let's take it back. Let's take it back. Hold on. Where does this go? Oh, this is a mess. There. There. Okay. We got it. 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 Okay. All the way around here. All the way around here. I mean, it may be expensive, but it's worthwhile, I think. All right. Building is without a power supply. Let's see what the heck happens when it is actually connected. This building is without a power supply. Why? Why? We have nobody. We have nobody. We have nobody working here. What the heck is happening? Our power supply is just so unbelievably inconsistent. It's really not good. It's really, really not good. Okay, we're going to rectify this. We're going to rectify this immediately. So that technical services thing that I just built, which is out here. Asphalt roads, bump this to, like, as high as possible, right? Bump that to as high as possible. And then what we're going to do is we're literally just going to build an entire auto-constructed asphalt road over here. Now, the reason that I'm doing this, the reason that I'm auto-constructing it, is because it really is that important that we have almost continual coverage of snow clearers on this road, because without this road, we are continuously running into power supplies. When the game detects that there is no power, bad things happen. A lot of bad things happen. So, you know what? If we sort out this, then We will save ourselves many headaches in the future. And you know what? It'll probably cost something like 50,000 rubles or something in that vicinity. Yeah, roughly around about that amount. So that's, you know, a very, very worthwhile investment if it allows people to be moved more quickly to the coal power plant, which is, of course, I mean, literally imperative. Literally imperative to ensure that we have continued access. Okay, oil refinery is about to be complete. What's on fire? Gymnasium in Disneylandovsk. Our brand new gymnasium as well. Cool. The fire truck should have no difficulty whatsoever getting over there. But I'm concentrating on Krudenovsky. Okay. So, we're able to import oil. Wonderful. Now, I suspect that this is going to be the thing that finally torpedoes our oil reserves in Krudenovsky. That's what I hope anyway. And let's hope that we're not polluting this town too much. I don't know what the life expectancy is here. I don't even want to know what the life expectancy is over here. It's probably not good. Probably very not good. Wow, patients waiting for treatment? Holy cow, that's a lot. That is a lot of patients that are waiting for treatment here. I suspect that it's probably all frostbite. I suspect that it's probably all frostbite. If I had to guess, that's what it would be. Okay. Are we exporting? We seem to be exporting fuel. We seem to be exporting bitumen. That's good. We got 63 workers, which is excellent as well, because that's more people than we have. That's more people than we have working in the small refineries already. So that's cool. So we can produce at max a lot of fuel, a lot of bitumen. But of course, we need way more workers to do it. And I guess the proof will be in the pudding whether we're able to sustain an oil income. If we're not able to, then we probably want to look a little bit further afield to see if we can try and drill some additional oil reserves, because I want to start selling fuel. I really want to start selling fuel. We're already selling bitumen, but we're probably going to need to get a couple of additional trucks onto the bitumen routes. But we need to be selling this stuff, because if we're not selling this stuff, then we're losing money. We at least need to be transporting the money. I guess fuel is basically money. We at least need to be transporting the fuel to like an area or to fuel stations around the map that are actually going to be able to save us a little bit of money, as opposed to auto-importing. So that's kind of a priority, you know? That's kind of a priority. This area probably still has power connection issues. Yeah, we're going to need to fix that. This whole power connections issue thing, I'm not sure if I like it, to be honest. It's a little bit irritating. Also, the building is without a power supply, which, don't tell me that that's another issue with Kolovskaysky. It's not an issue, but we do need more people working here. Yeah. Man, it's taking a little while to get this perfectly orchestrated and organized. Yeah. A lot of sickness seems to be going around. Temperature in the building is too low. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. We should have plenty of people working here. But apparently we don't. I suspect that that's probably due to deaths. Okay, I'm gonna buy a few more immigrants here, just so that we can... Building is without power supply. Yeah, that's what happens. That's what happens when we have no workers. That's what happens when we have no workers. It's big bad. It's big bad, actually. It's not good. So everyone is either sick. Everyone is either sick, needs treatment, or something. And that's probably what's contributing to our deaths. Wow. Okay, so in January we've had 1,100 deaths. That's actually kind of dreadful. Last month we had another 1,000. My goodness gracious me. Wow, that's... You can't make that up. That is not good. That is not good. Having only 4 people working at the coal power plant, also really not good. Really not good. Temperature in the building. Yeah, temperature in the building needs to be going up. We need to be doing better here. We need to be pumping out more heat. We need to be pumping out more heat, and for some obscene reason, we're just not able to. Yeah. I don't understand why, to be honest. Because we absolutely should be. Oh, hold up. Are we using the heat exchanger? Total capacity of all buildings. I see. I see. The heat exchanger is an inefficient way. An inefficient way of passing through heat, which just means that people, I think, are going to the hospital and just dying in droves, which is probably a big old problem. We also need to take out a couple of additional dollar loans, because I suspect that we need just one last little bit of financing to get us across the line. We're a little bit overdue, but nothing major. And of course, we are starting to buy like an obscene amount of steel, as I've talked about like a bazillion times over the course of this episode. But I do think on the whole, making the road between the bus stop and the bus stop asphalt, I think that will make a difference. The technical services vehicles do seem to be doing a pretty efficient job. It's just a matter of, can they do it regularly enough? Can they do it fast enough? I don't know. I really do not know. Also, this heating plant is just consistently without power because we just don't have enough people. Wow, we just do not have enough people, like, getting to the power plants. It's a disaster. It's actually kind of a disaster. Yeah, we just need people to work at the power plant, and that just ain't happening because there's so many people in for treatment. Look at that. 39 people in for treatment. And the temperature in the building is just too low. I think it's just draining. It's just draining all of our... It's just draining all of our life force away. Small heat exchanger. Let me see if I can try and build a big heat exchanger. Okay. Let me try a couple of things. First and foremost, let's see if we can try and delete this. Okay. So small heat exchanger. Potential capacity problem. There's also a power supply problem. Okay, destroy that, and then let's just rebuild. Let's just rebuild it. This is far from ideal, but you know, if we have to do it, then we have to do it. Large heat exchanger. Cool. Do it. Here we go. Yep. Okay, you live and you learn, don't you, folks? You live and you learn. Okay, good. Building without a power supply. Building should be with a power supply very, very shortly indeed. And yet, it just ain't. It just ain't. We're just not moving enough people across here, are we? Okay, 7 workers, 12 workers. Excellent. Let's hopefully use this to increase the temperature in the hospital, which will allow us to actually do treatments with trained doctors. There we go. Okay. We're managing. There was a large number of deaths, but I think that we're back on top of this. Now. We may need a couple of additional doctors, and to be honest, I'm kind of happy to do that. I'm happy to move a couple of educated people. Nope, I just imported educated people. That's not what I really intended to do. We're happy to move a couple of educated people across to Kolovskaysky, and that should make all the difference. It is minus 16 as well, so you got to bear in mind, it is brutally cold. Brutally cold. There we go. Now we're talking. Okay. There is still an occasional little dip in the power, but I think we should be back on top of this. 3,000 deaths this month. Wow. That's not good. That's really not good. That is really not good. But that being said, temperature is still too low. We're trying to output as much heat as we possibly can. We're freaking trying. Okay, where's the fire? There's a fire at the open storage. That's fine. I think that we'll be completely fine. There's a fire station in town. It's appropriately staffed. The only place that is really doing completely fine is Turistovsky, which is great, you know? I mean, this is one of our flagship towns, I guess. Probably our flagship town. There we go. Easy. Easy fire to extinguish. I like easy fires. It's very good. That's very, 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 very good. How are we doing on this bridge over here? Not bad. You know, not bad. It's taking a little while. Oh my goodness. This hotel is looking real, real nice. Also, that's where all of our money's been disappearing. Right into steel. And here comes another 50-ton load right now. So, I mean, you know, I guess it kind of makes sense. I guess it kind of makes sense exactly why things have been so poor financially for the last wee while. That's not necessarily the end of the world. We did manage to, by the way, over the course of this episode, get the airport terminal properly finished off. So that's looking really, really good. And in fact, pretty much regular delivery of tourists with the small aircraft now. It's kind of nice. It's kind of nice. You know, ruble-wise, things ain't pretty. Fuel-wise, look at that. We've actually managed to stockpile a little bit of fuel in the oil/fuel storage area, which means that, you know, things ain't as bad as they perhaps look on the surface, even though we did have 3,000 deaths over the course of this episode. Rest in pieces. What? No. Everyone has died in Krudenovsky? Are you kidding me? I looked away for 2 seconds. How, video game? How did that happen? Oh my, okay, alright. Maybe it's time that we just memorialize the entire town of Krudenovsky. I thought that the deaths were happening in Kolovskaysky. No, it turns out that it was in Krudenovsky. There we go. Rest in pieces to the residents of Krudenovsky, who we're going to have to buy back in absolute droves in the next episode. But for now, comrades, we're going to wrap this episode up. Thank you ever so much for watching. Thank you ever so much for the fantastic support over on the Patreon page, patreon.com/showbitofpotato. And come join on Twitch if you haven't already. Twitch.tv/showbitofpotato as well. You know what? I'll throw that out there. Why the heck not, eh? Thank you very much for watching, folks. Thank you to Banana, Aurelio, and C Senpai for being the $325+ plus tier patrons. I'll see you next time. Bye.